What is data serialization? Data serialization is the process of converting complex data structures into a format that can be easily stored and reconstructed later. The format is usually a sequence of bytes or a string like JSON. The main purpose for serialization is to capture the state of an object so that it can be recreated in another context. Deserialization is the direct opposite of serialization. Serialization has been in use since the inception of computing, but it became more standardized with programming languages like Java in 1995. Java included built-in serialization mechanisms. Now, why should you use serialization? Here are some of the reasons why I think you might want to consider using serialization. Number one, serialization facilitates sending of data over networks. Serialization allows you to store objects with complex structure in a database. Serialization enables different systems to exchange data without any issues. Serialization helps you to save the state of an application to a disk, thereby allowing you to restore it later in one piece. Serialization allows you to call functions on remote systems by serializing a function called an argument. What are the advantages of serialization? Here are some of the advantages of serialization. Serialized data can be transferred across different systems or networks. Serialization makes it easy to store or transmit complex data structures. Serialization facilitates communication between different systems and languages, for instance, JSON and XML. Serialization helps in the maintenance of uniformity across application states. Serialized data in binary formats, such as protocol buffers, are fast. What are the disadvantages of serialization? Here are some of the core disadvantages of serialization. Serialized data in format like XML or JSON can be slow to serialize or deserialized. Deserializing untrusted data can lead to several vulnerabilities. If the structure of a data changes, older versions may not be able to read the new format. Serialized binary data can be very hard to debug without the use of dedicated tools. Serialization can cause some languages to lose type information when serialized. Now, let's look at some of the real-world scenarios where serialization has been used. Serialization is widely used today in modern development. Number one, in web APIs for serializing and sending data between the client and the server using JSON or XML. In databases for serializing objects to be stored in relational databases. In messaging queues, for instance, systems like Kafka and RabbitMQ serializes messages for asynchronous communication. In gaming, for serializing game states in order to save progress or sync multiple player sessions. Number 5, in distributed systems for distributing data across nodes. This is peculiar to systems like Hadoop or Hacker. Why should you have good knowledge of serialization as a programmer? Here are some of the reasons why I think you should have a good knowledge of serialization as a software engineer. Serialization is a fundamental part of modern software architecture, especially in web and distributed systems. So it is very important that you should have a good grasp of it. Good knowledge of serialization allows you to efficiently manage data across different systems. Knowledge of serialization will help you debug and transfer data efficiently. Good knowledge of serialization will help you to determine the right serialization format based on your current needs. For instance, you might actually need JSON instead of XML in your current approach. So there is no way you will know if you don't have good knowledge of serialization. Knowledge of serialization will help you to efficiently work with APIs and messaging queues. You can liken serialization to a suitcase. Now you take all your clothes. Clothes in this analogy stands for data. You fold and pack them into a suitcase to carry on a trip. Folding and packing them represents serialization. Now when you arrive at your destination, you unpack and start using them again. Unpacking them stands for deserialization. In summary, serialization is a fundamental concept in programming. Now, whether you are building web applications or distributed systems, you will use it frequently. But note that changes in data structures can affect compatibility.